What if tarot was never meant to be used only to predict what's happening next? What if its deeper purpose was to help you understand what's happening within you right now? And what if the real value of tarot is not fortune-telling, but self-understanding? Because that's how I believe the Major Arcana can be used most powerfully, not simply as a way of asking what's coming, but as a way of asking, what pattern am I living? What's trying to change in me? What am I repeating? What am I avoiding? What's being asked of me now? And when you begin to use tarot in that way, especially the Major Arcana, it becomes a profoundly different tool. It becomes a mirror, an understandable map that's a system of self-reflection and inner transformation. Welcome back to the Tarot Major Arcana. In the first two videos, I explored what the Major Arcana really are and how they can be understood as a journey of inner transformation. In this video, I want to focus on something very important. How can tarot be used for personal development rather than a tool for predicting the future? Because for many people, tarot is still approached primarily as prediction. Will this relationship work? What's going to happen next? What does this person think about me? What is coming in the near future? And while I'm not dismissing that way of using the tarot entirely, I do think it often keeps people on the surface of what the cards can actually truly offer. Because the deeper gift of tarot is not merely information, but the possibility of transformation. Oh, and if this way of looking at tarot speaks to you, do like and subscribe to the channel, because we'll be exploring the 22 Major Arcana as a path of archetypal awakening, inner transformation, and deeper self-understanding in the full enlightening series of videos over the coming weeks and months. Now, there's a huge risk of limitation if the tarot is seen only as a process of prediction. The problem with using tarot only as a system of fortune-telling is that it can keep a person externally focused. It can keep attention fixed on what will happen, what other people are doing, what possible outcome might be coming, whether life will go this way or go that way. And at times, yes, of course, these questions might matter, but if that's the only level on which tarot is used, then something much deeper will be completely missed. Because the most important question is often not what's going to happen, it's how am I participating in the pattern I'm living? What unconscious dynamic is shaping this? What am I not seeing? What am I blocked, distorted, or asking to grow? What would this situation reveal about my own development if I were willing to look more deeply? That's where the tarot begins to move from prediction into effective personal development. And that, in my view, is where it becomes genuinely transformative. The fact is, each of the Major Arcana are a mirror. This is the reason the Major Arcana are so powerful for self-development, in that they're not just event symbols, they're archetypal mirrors. They reflect back the kinds of deeper inner movements we're living through. For example, if someone keeps drawing cards or resonating with patterns around, say, the Emperor, the deeper question may not be, will I meet a powerful person or will I get control of a situation? The more important question may be, what is happening in me around structure, boundaries, self-command, authority, or father patterning? If someone repeatedly encounters the Lovers, the issue may not be romance alone. It may be a relationship with choice, polarity, projection, vulnerability, and values alignment. If death is being presented, the real development question may not be whether something ends in an outer sense, but whether something in self is ready to be released. If the Devil appears, the deeper question may be where attachment, shame, compulsion, or false bondage is active. If the Tower appears, perhaps the central issue is not outer disaster, but the collapse of something false, defended, or no longer sustainable. In this way, the Major Arcana stop being cards that tell you what life is doing to you, and they begin to reveal what life may be showing you about yourself. Tarot is self-awareness. This is why tarot can be such a powerful tool for understanding who you are and what's going on for you, because it helps bring hidden patterns into consciousness. And self-awareness begins with seeing cycles more clearly. What repeats for me? What triggers me? What do I avoid? What do I cling to? What do I fear? What roles do I keep playing? What stories do I keep living inside of? Most people are not lacking information, they're lacking pattern recognition. They don't always need more answers from outside. They often need a clearer mirror for what is already happening inside. And this is where the Major Arcana can be invaluable. I've actually recently published a comprehensive book that lays out everything in great detail, called, obviously enough, the Tarot Major Arcana. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below this video. Now, the truth is, each archetype shines light on a different part of the human journey. The Fool may reveal where you need to begin. The Magician may reveal where you give away your agency. The High Priestess may reveal where you're ignoring inner knowing. The Empress may reveal where you don't allow yourself to receive, while the Emperor may reveal where your boundaries collapse or become too rigid. Then the Hangman may reveal where you're trying to force what can only be transformed through surrender. The Moon may reveal where fear, projection, and uncertainty are distorting perception. Judgment may reveal that you're being called into a new level of life and truth. And ultimately, the World may reveal that your real challenge is not beginning, but completion. Now, that's not fortune-telling, it's self-awareness. Then there's how archetypes appear in shadow work, because tarot is also especially powerful when used to acknowledge the shadow aspects of self. Much of what keeps people stuck isn't obvious on the surface. It lives in unconscious assumptions, hidden fear, unexamined attachment, shame, projection, inner division, patterns repeated so often they start to feel normal. The Major Arcana can help expose these hidden structures, not to condemn us and not to pathologize us, but to reveal what has been operating unseen. For example, the Devil may reveal false bondage. The Moon may reveal distorted narratives or projections. The Lovers may reveal relational self-betrayal. The Tower may reveal what we've been trying to preserve, even though it's no longer true. Justice may reveal where we're avoiding consequence or truth. The Hermit may reveal the difference between real solitude and defensive withdrawal. And Strength may reveal whether we regulate emotion or merely suppress it. When tarot is used in this way, it becomes a language for inner honesty. And shadow work, at its healthiest, is exactly that, a movement toward greater honesty, greater wholeness, and greater consciousness. So, looking at the tarot as a path of transformation and self-development, it's not only about seeing ourselves more clearly, it's also about change, about growth, about becoming less divided, and about moving from unconscious repetition into conscious participation. This is where tarot becomes not just reflective, but transformational. Because once you begin to see which archetypal pattern you've been living inside of, you can begin to ask new questions. If I'm in a devil pattern, what am I still chained to? If I'm in a tower pattern, what false structure is breaking? If I'm in a hangman phase, what am I being asked to surrender? If I'm in a star phase, what is trying to heal? If I'm in a judgment phase, what is calling me to rise? And if I'm so close to the world, then what is it that I'm afraid to complete? These questions change the relationship to the cards, because tarot stops being something you consult for external reassurance and becomes something you engage with for inner evolution. Not tell me what will happen, but show me what I need to understand. Not give me certainty, but help me see more clearly. Not make me feel safe, but help me become more conscious. This is a very different use of tarot. and in my view, a much more empowering one. Here's why I think this approach matters and is far more empowering. It's because relying on prediction can sometimes make people passive. It can subtly place power outside of themselves. It can encourage a person to wait, hope, fear, speculate, or become dependent on answers. Whereas self-development through tarot does the opposite. It turns attention to the pattern, your responsibility, heightened awareness, effective development, easier choices, active participation, and ultimate transformation. It asks not what will life do to me, but what is life revealing through this experience? And that's a much stronger position, a much more conscious and transformative position, because while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can deepen our awareness of how we meet it, repeat it, distort it, avoid it, or grow through it. And the Major Arcana are a remarkable set of mirrors for that very process. And to that end, here's a better way to ask tarot questions. Instead of asking only what is coming, what will happen, will this work out, you could ask what pattern is active in me right now. What am I not seeing clearly yet? What am I being asked to learn? What is blocked in me? What is overactive in me? What must be released? What is trying to emerge? What will growth look like here? What archetypal phase am I moving through? What deeper truth does the situation reveal? These kinds of questions invite a completely different relationship with the tarot, a more mature one, a more psychologically honest one, and ultimately a more transformational one. This is one of the core reasons I created this channel and wrote the book, because I believe the Major Arcana deserve to be approached with greater depth than they often are, not merely as cards for prediction, but as archetypal patterns for self-understanding, shadow work, healing, and transformation. That doesn't make the tarot any less spiritual, but it does make it more real, more usable, and in my mind, more profound. Because genuine spiritual development always involves self-knowledge. It always involves truth. By confronting what is unconscious, distorted, fearful, defended, or unfinished. And that's exactly what the Major Arcana can help you with. So yes, tarot can be used for much more than fortune telling. The Major Arcana can become a powerful tool for personal development, self-awareness, shadow work, and transformation. They can help you see the deeper pattern beneath the surface story by allowing you to recognize and acknowledge where you are in the journey, as well as helping you to ask better, deeper, more meaningful questions of your own life. That, to me, is where the real power of tarot begins. If you want to use tarot as a tool for self-understanding and transformation rather than only prediction, then please do like and subscribe to the channel as we continue to explore the 22 Major Arcana in more depth. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.